Oh, you've got to have friends, and when you're in the fashion business and your friend is the Spanish designer Paco Rabanne, the world is your oyster. Ukrainian fashion expert Veronika Jeanvie was already successful at home in Kiev, but when she met Rabanne, the world opened up to her with fashion shows in New York to Paris. The Italian Novikova has more on the young Ukrainian who's going from strength to strength.
Veronika Jeanvie is the first Ukrainian designer to open her own flagship store, and Paco Rabanne is not the only one who appreciates her talent. The young designer's recent show at LA Fashion Week caught the attention of the Gucci, Dior and Karl Lagerfeld fashion houses. The beginning of her international success took place in Ukraine.
2 years ago, I went to Kiev Fashion Week. It was my first visit to Ukraine, and I was impressed with the number of extraordinary talented designers. And there was one particular collection which I loved. I was told the designer's name was Veronika Jeanvie. We met, and she said she wanted to do a catwalk show in Paris. I told her I would help her, and that's how we began working together. I knew she'd make it to the international podium.
Veronika's first ever catwalk show in the French capital took place in 2007 during Paris Haute Couture Week. After its success, journalists gave her the nickname Parisian Dolly Girl.
I'm in between the two cultures, I think. Slavic women have a taste for furs, high heels, expensive accessories. They tend to overdress, whereas French women are very modest but classy. When I'm in Moscow, I dress up more than when I'm in Paris. I understand that the most important thing is to keep your individuality. I'm trying to create something for the international fashion lovers.
Will that understanding make Veronika's flagship in Moscow popular, or will the Russian fashion victims stick with what they already know?
I had a chance to work with Slava Zaitsev and Valentin Yudashkin in Paris. Those Russian designers have a lot of talent, but they're very different. Working with them was an interesting experience for me.
Sometimes we argue or debate when we work, but of course I respect Paco Rabanne very much, and I'm very interested in his personality. I always listen to his advice because I understand that 45 years in the fashion industry is a whole life.
A life Paco Rabanne decided to hand over to his protege. The designer chose Moscow for the official announcement of his retirement as a designer, but not as an artist. His first ever exhibition of drawings was also held in the Russian capital 3 years ago.
I returned to Moscow again and again with great pleasure and lots of memories. I had the honor of meeting Joseph Stalin when I first came to Moscow in 1949. I simply love the city. It's got amazing energy.
It is a great gift for anyone to be chosen as a protege by someone like Paco Rabanne, but it is also a real challenge to step out from their shadow. Natalia Novikova, RT, Moscow.